all of us versus the wokesters. That's all it is. And I don't even think there's that many of them. They've usurped a tremendous amount of institutional power.
There aren't even that many of them. However, they control every institution in the United States, and Western civilization is crumbling. Hello, fascism alert. Jesus Christ. The enemy has to be at once overwhelmingly strong, but also pithy and weak. Jesus fucking Christ almighty.
It's actually quite incredible and should be studied one day, and you have to sort of admire its elegance in its evil.
In its evil.
But you will see a
interesting
push to cancel anyone that is not woke. And here's a video from CNN. This is former Facebook insider Alex Stamos talking about what should happen to conservative media.
Oh, shit. Are you ready for some 1984 boys?
To turn down the capability of these conservative influencers to reach these huge audiences. There are people on YouTube, for example, that have a larger audience than daytime CNN, and they are extremely radical and pushing extremely radical views. And so it's up to the Facebooks and YouTubes in particular to think about whether or not they want to be effectively cable networks for disinformation. And then we're going to have to figure out the OANN and Newsmax problem. You know, that these companies have freedom of speech, but I'm not sure we need Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, and such to be bringing them into tens of millions of homes. This is, you know, allowing people to seek out information if they really want to, but not pushing it into their faces, I think is where we're going to have to go here.
Yeah, none of this is controversial. Nobody complained when Twitter and YouTube banned ISIS recruitment videos. Did anyone complain about that? No? No, of course not. Because ISIS is Nazism for Muslims. But now that we're targeting Nazism, thought experiment. Okay. ISIS. Not great, not good. What do you think precedes ISIS? What leads to ISIS? What gets us there? Do you think people are just like chilling one day and then they just see a video saying yeah, we should like kill like everyone and like tear down statues and like rape women, we should just do a lot of bad shit, we'll do it all for God? People don't just jump into that, okay? There's a lot of stuff that leads into that, you know? You gotta run people into it. Now, in the case of ISIS, the thing that leads them into it most is imperialism. The Middle East is fucked, and it's fucked because of us. We did that, sorry. In America, our country is stable, at least compared to the Middle East, generally, you know. Our country is stable. For most people's day-to-day lives are very peaceful, you know, especially compared to the Middle East. But, you know, things are running about. So, instead of imperialism and the threat of drone strikes radicalizing people to believe the things that ISIS members tend to believe, you have to convince people that they're on the precipice of that state of affairs. See, what really drives people to Nazism is fear. It's terror. It's sheer fucking terror of what might be down the line. People who live in countries that are afflicted by ISIS don't need to be propagandized into being fearful. Their fear is legitimate. Their countries are in bad shapes. Like, that's on us. ISIS just shapes that fear and gives them a purpose. It gives them a sense of collective identity, which allows them to feel as though they're a part of a solution to that fear. But first, you need the fear. And that's the reason why, if you go to any neo-Nazi forum, board, channel, or stream, 90% of the content there will be about doomer shit. It will not be about appreciating the aesthetics or artwork of Western society. It will not be about piety to God. It will not be about homekeeping or parental styles or anything like that. Stuff that normal people typically obsess over because, well, I don't know if normal people obsess over the glory of the West, but like these are positive things, or they're constructive. No. What they focus on is death and despair and destruction. They focus on the Jews are going to take away everything, the immigrants are going to take away everything, the black people are going to take away everything, the Muslims are going to take away everything, the communists are going to take away everything, every time, all the time, every channel, every board. All the time. That's what they do. That is what these communities do. They instill in the people in those communities a sense of fear, which they use to justify the actions they take. It's all about making people feel the way the people who joined ISIS feel. And OAN and Newsmax are extremely and excessively complicit in instilling in their audience that sense of terror. OAN and Newsmax are disinformation outlets that are almost exclusively dedicated to propagating factual lies with the intent of making your audience fearful and paranoid and distrustful, because all of these emotional states ferment negative outcomes down the line. Now, does that mean OAN is ISIS? No, it does not. But it does mean that we have already agreed collectively, societally, since ISIS videos are banned from these platforms, that there is a line where we shouldn't allow people to go that far. I'm not... what I'm getting at here isn't that OAN or Newsmax or whatever are ISIS, only that we recognize there is a line and that OAN and Newsmax are undeniably a component in the process by which the Western equivalent of ISIS forms. Does that make sense? Does anyone disagree with that? Should we censor these outlets? I don't know. Those are difficult questions. But we have to know these are at least questions worth asking.